Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Dana again, and today you're at Research Road. This is a weekly series where we go through science and tech news with a bit of dry humor. Then we answer some questions from y'all. Today is the 18th of March, 2025, and on this day in 1965, the first spacewalk was conducted by a Soviet cosmonaut. So, starting off with tech news. People are using Google's new AI model to remove watermarks from images. The Y-12 nuclear weapons plant at Oak Ridge has lost employees due to the Trump administration. The reason why isn't entirely clear. They might have accepted buyouts, or it might be less than well-thought-out cuts. Tesla stock is down about 40% year-to-date. A lot of Tesla owners are adding anti-Elon stickers. And now on to space. Firefly Aerospace completed 2 weeks of lunar operations. We should get some photos of the lunar sunset soon. 4 exoplanets were found circling a star just 6 light years away. They're small. The largest one is only about a third the size of Earth. If you live in eastern Canada or the northeastern United States, you could see a partial solar eclipse on March 29th. It will be visible near the border of the 2 separate countries. Back to the Mars debate. There's now more evidence that suggests an ocean's worth of water under the surface. Researchers are focusing on the possibility of the water enabling human travel. I just want to remind everybody that an ocean's worth of water increases the chances of life on the red planet. Now it's time to talk about the developing climate crisis. A river in Zambia had about 50 million liters of acidic waste and heavy metals dumped into it after a spill at a Chinese-owned copper mine. This isn't a technical term, but it killed the river. This will likely affect millions of people. Ecological disaster doesn't really cover this. It's going to be bad. In the world of animals, an influencer grabbed a baby wombat and carried it away from its mother. International outrage ensued. In large parts of the U.S., it's coyote baby season. It's definitely time to give them their space. This is also keep your dogs away from coyote season. Coyotes become a bit more territorial during this period. The Cuban blue-headed quail dove is being called the dodo of the Caribbean. Sadly, it's facing extinction as well. In health news, we got a message saying we were overhyping the measles outbreak because the numbers are the same as last year. Yes, the numbers are just a little bit more than 2024. Reminder, it's only March. H7N9 bird flu was detected in a commercial chicken flock in Mississippi. That's a different strain, and one that we haven't had an outbreak of since 2017. Now let's dig up the past a little. The body of evidence that suggests Neanderthals and Homo sapiens engaged in cultural exchange is constantly growing. The latest is burials being similar. A paleontologist is suing William Patterson University, alleging they lost priceless 380-million-year-old fossils that they are now in a landfill. And now on to oddities. Researchers are suggesting that farming emerged around the world in cultures that had no contact with each other at roughly the same time. They don't really know why. A fisherman survived about 3 months drifting at sea. He survived on turtles, birds, and bugs. And now we're going to answer some of your questions.
How many megapixels is the human eye?
576, but not really. In theory, that's the comparable resolution, but our eyes don't work like cameras, so it's really closer to 15 megapixels. Just a reminder, those are approximations.
I heard something while laying around trying to sleep. The fella said something to the affect of we are living in the reverse of any 80s movie. He used Rocky, one of my favorites, as an example. If that story was told today, we would be rooting for Drago. Take any other movie, and you'll see the ideals of yesteryear are dissolving before our eyes. It's like we are in the alternative 2015 timeline, but it's 2025 and Biff, inspired by Trump, is running not only the little town but the world. I guess life is imitating art. Should we start watching 80s movies again to predict what will happen next?
Literally cutting off aid to the Wolverines in Red Dawn. Yeah, I can see it. I'm not sure if they're predictive, but it might make a cool movie night to look at the parallels. That looks like all the questions for this week. This week's quote is attributed to Stephen Hawking. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star. But we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. So that's all the data we have to date. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you again soon.